All right, so today we're going to have a look at the game, the Syndicate. It is on Solana. It's a mafia-based strategy game here where you try and take over parts of a city and compete on a leaderboard. We've set this one up as a side account. We're going to run this one absolutely completely free to play. See how far we can run up those leaderboards and see if we can earn ourselves some soul in the process. The game is really good. The way they've been, it's been designed. Just so impressed with everything that they've done. Constant updates. Their player base is growing day by day. Really good with the reward system. They've got a token that's off chain, which I honestly think that they could have had on chain and it still would have done just as well. When I say on chain, I mean that it had its own liquidity pool to be able to buy and sell from. All the characters that you do have, you get from packs and the NFTs. And depending on the rarity and how much you upgrade those capos that you do get from the packs, depending on where you'll likely sit at the end of a season. Doing really well with things like seasonal rewards being paid weekly. The other thing, they've got season packs where you do get extra upgrade slots every day. It is about $20 US per week that it happens. But if you look at the leaderboard, most people are taking advantage of this. And there's just so many ways that a free to play or even a low investment player could really come in and do quite well based on sort of how long they play and how they strategize the game. So the first thing we'll look at is the game board itself. So this is made up of a bunch of hexes. Here, each of the hexes has a different heat value, which you can see here is plus 200 heat for Bleach Row, going up to 800 heat in the middle. There's a few 400s along the sides as well. So all the hexes that you have that you can hold inside the middle are the strongest ones, and they do give you that bigger heat bonus. Plus each of these as well will give an extra bonus for holding that district. So this one gives the 50% side hustle speed. The commission here gives 50% extra racket. And if you go to the outside, you'll get 20% defense and takeover. So depending on which ones of these you hold, depends on your total heat. That's also made up of a few other things here, like the kind of capos that you have in your crew, how many times that you are doing takeovers and how many times you defend, and how much you're hustling, which has been something new that's come in, which is really great because you've only got 20 capos total. So it is a management game of where you want to be using your resources. They've done such a great job in the actual gameplay, how it's very easy to learn, but it does get quite deep the further you go down. So pretty much what you want to be looking at is trying to get your heat up, because that's how the leaderboards will work. So the leaderboards are split up. So there's promotion zones, other zones where you stay, and then the promotion cutoffs. So at the moment, when you start for the very first time, you start in street. As you upgrade, so if you are above this promotional cutoff here, so if you're 58 or higher, next week you will go to the borough. The same thing in the borough where you are here. If you're in the promotion zone, you'll then move to the district. We haven't had Metro and Kingpin open as of yet, but they will be coming soon. So each week, all the players from the previous will be promoted, so you're not getting stuck just getting beaten on by the highest players. Other thing is, when you look at the district, your prize pool here is 730 for top. If we go down to borough, 200, and everything scales with itself. So really good for new players coming in. And these CB $5 ones are just a credit to be able to buy more packs, to be able to buy more capos and things like that. So really well structured the way that the leaderboard works, where eventually, I guess in another 3 or 4 weeks, we'll start seeing all the kingpins will be playing for the lion's share of that prize pool. At the moment, I think it's 6K plus another 1,500 or 1,200 worth of packs. So this is a weekly prize pool, and they're selling packs out so quickly that they're going to have no problem continuing to run a prize pool like this. So that's how you essentially earn or upgrade your capos with new card packs, depending on where you're sitting at the end of each week in that leaderboard. So we're going to try and keep this first sort of overview intro fairly short, and we'll definitely be making some more content on this. Really enjoying playing the game. So the next part we'll have a look at, we've looked at the dashboard here on the left-hand side, which is all the hexes that you can take over. The next thing we're going to look at is your crew. So these are all the capos that you have, that you've pulled from packs. This is the free-to-play game I have. You do get an uncommon when you first start up, and then all the packs that we've opened so far, we've only ended up with commons. So with your crew, you can either try and take over a spot if you're here. So this one here, it's unclaimed, so we can just claim this district, and we'll put our strongest capo there to try and defend that one. That'll start generating some heat for us. So we're at 41 heat before. When we come into here now, we're now got 1 territory, which is getting us 800. So now our leaderboard standings here every 15 minutes will increase by this number, which is your heat. So at the moment we're sitting pretty much at nothing because we made this the other day and then didn't get the video out into here. So we are at the very bottom, pretty much 145 for the all-in on Web3. So we've got 167,000 heat total, but every 15 minutes we're going to be gaining another 869. So we'll start climbing this leaderboard as long as our current heat stays above the people that are in front of us. So that's how the leaderboard works with sending your crew out. The other thing that you can do with your capos is send them on missions. Now, this is what earns you the racket, which is that off-chain token. And when I say off-chain, again, just meaning that it's not publicly traded, but it is essentially the in-game currency for the game, and everything that you need to do in the game to be able to progress further, you're going to need quite a bit of racket. Good thing is I've got an achievements tab we'll look at in another video. That does give you a bit of a head start, so you can get everything set up and you're not struggling from the onset. But basically what you're trying to do here is that there's 3 different hustles. One takes around about half an hour without any bonuses. This one's a couple of hours, and this one's 5 to 6 hours to send your capos on missions. Now, depending on which one you pick, depending on how much racket you're going to get back. So in this one, we're going to send a couple on the short missions. We'll come back once I've finished those missions and have a look how much racket they have earned. But essentially what you're trying to do is just match up whatever type of hustle it is with your hustler. And as you upgrade these, you do get a multiplier bonus on how much racket you'll make. So for right now, we'll just keep moving these ones across, sending them on the short mission. In the next video, we'll come back once that mission's finished and have a look how much racket they have made. All right, that's it for the first one, but that's basically the game loop. You open packs, you get your capos, you upgrade your capos, try and hit the top part of the leaderboard, and they do pay out every week in USD and rewards, and also in credits for packs. All right, we'll see you in the next one.